Thanks to popular demand from you guys, this week I'll be recommending an isekai manga. I know I spelled it wrong. Fuck off. Called The Girl, the Shovel, and the Evil Eye. We find our MC Saguto Sumihara waking up and finding himself in the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy cave, as it seems that he's been copy and pasted to a new mysterious place. He gets up and starts looking around. Then in the distance, he sees a man who clearly hates his job. The man glares at Saguto, and Saguto notices that the man has blue eyes, which we can't see because the panel's black and white. This means Saguto ain't in Japan no more. The man then calls Saguto tagless. Ayo? That definitely gotta be racist. The man tells him that if he ain't passing by to just stay there until he's finished, and like a teenage boy seeing his first vagina, Saguto stands there in shock, I think. I don't know, this face connotes a lot of things. The man then starts getting his Minecraft on, and oh, it was shocked because the man wasn't speaking Japanese, and yet Saguto was able to understand his words somehow. After collecting enough iron ore to build a full set of iron armor, the mysterious man then gets up to leave. Saguto decides to not leave just yet, as he needs to figure out where he is, and I guess somehow staying in this cave is going to help him. Somehow, while wandering in this cave, Saguto stumbles on some blue gems and a colorless, transparent gem as well. But while exploring, he sees in the distance some more Minecrafters heading towards the surface world. Saguto decides to follow them, and after suffering a weeb's biggest weakness, sunlight, Saguto gets one last confirmation that he's not in Kansas anymore. After getting to the surface and looking at all the locals in their natural habitat, a young girl with some horns is dragging a shovel along as she walks behind Saguto. She then turns around and glances at him. She then looks forward and keeps it pushing. Saguto then sees a line and wonders if maybe he should get in it. He then turns around and sees a shocking sight, the Tower of God. Shit, wrong series. After this, I don't know, 18th confirmation that he's not on Earth. This is the dagger that officially makes him realize that he's really not on Earth anymore. Hi, his name is Saguto Sumihara, and you must be wondering how he got here. Well, you see, after staring at the infinite tower that's in every gacha game, a vendor asks Saguto, did he fail in gathering magical stones? Since he's not getting in the line, Saguto then asks about the magical stones. Then we get everyone's favorite game making its grand return, all the exposition about the world and magical stones. Anyways, the reason Saguto is getting his Minecraft on is because if he doesn't get no ore, that means no money, and no money mean no eat or sleep. So yeah, he doesn't exactly have much of a choice. And as you can see by his bucket, like someone who's taken too many Viagra, he seems to be the only one having a hard time. When then, the sheep girl from earlier points at a spot on the wall and tells Saguto, this spot's good. Saguto is taken aback, wondering if she's talking to him. She says, precisely, as he's slightly thrown off by her, you know, looking like a sheep and shit. She then explains that where he's mining was mined yesterday, so it's going to be useless for now. Saguto is confused, as there's no traces of it being mined. Now, I'm pretty sure that Saguto has only been in this world for less than 8 hours, but decides to call the girl who's been in this world infinitely longer than him a liar. She then decides to make Saguto put on a whole ass clown fit. As she proves herself correct, Saguto's in disbelief as he says that was just pure luck. He then also hits that exact same spot, and like 16 more ore fall out. He then looks at her, who's now smug. He then bows and apologizes. Well, Saguto, I'll give you credit. You're better than most people I know. The sheep girl then explains how dungeons restore themselves after some time, but the ore take longer to restore themselves. Saguto and the sheep girl both fill up their buckets with the ore. Saguto then thanks the sheep girl and asks, what's her name? She replies, it's Lori. He then introduces himself as well. Saguto then asks, why did she help him? She says, because she was concerned, because he looked like a moron, and she can only deal with looking at morons for so long. Saguto laughs and pats her head and thanks her. Lori seems to enjoy the patting. When he just now noticed that her hair is wool, he asks, is she a sheep? She says that's fucked up. She ain't no goddamn sheep. She's a Bakoran. Saguto apologizes as he will never get it wrong again. As Saguto is about to pick up the buckets to go exchange them, when then Lori's fuckboy sensors start blaring as the fuckiest fuckboys to ever fuckboy have now entered the building. Saguto asks, who is Denault? Lori simply says, a bad guy. Yeah, it looks about right. As they immediately run up and GTA somebody's shit. when then the little Debbie Menace appears and tells them to run those pockets. Lori rightfully refuses, as the hostess killer tries to gaslight her into saying they hunt monsters so they can mine safely. Lori calls bullshit, as other adventurers came by to do that, and they didn't do a goddamn thing. Denault tells Lori to stop bitching and hand them over. Lori screams she's not giving shit up, when goddamn Shohei fucking Otani at the bottom of the 5th throws a fucking laser across Denault's face, as Bitchmade 1 and 2 say Denault's name concerned. Denault looks at Seguto pissed, as Seguto looks at Denault the same way I look at Rachel, with utter and pure disdain. And of course Denault's a fucking moron, because he asks Seguto, is he the one who threw that gem? Like, jackass, do you even see another living fucking creature in the same panel as him? And just to reinforce his stupidity, he screams at Seguto, is he the one that threw that gem? Smugly, Seguto responds that he wanted the gems, so what's there to complain about? When then fuckboy henchman number 1 responds with, he's tagless. Nah, dog, that shit most definitely gotta be racist. When Denault then, after some exposition with fuckboy henchman number 2, Denault asks Seguto, does he know what happens to tagless around these parts? Okay, that settles that. That shit's mad racist. Seguto tells Denault to shut up and suck these nuts. Denault charges at Seguto, and as he's about to pull his sword out from fucking left field, here comes Lori as she hits Denault's arm. Denault then hits Lori with the back fist like he's Bruce Lee with the shits. He then goes for a 57-yard field goal, and it's up and good. Seguto runs over to Lori, and let's just say Seguto's not exactly happy about this field goal attempt. Denault is definitely screaming something racist. Then Seguto turns around and Denault gets to look directly into the abyss, and he's definitely not a fan of what he saw, as Denault's telling Seguto to stay back. Seguto then takes a Sharingan to a Mangekyo Sharingan, and like that, all the fuckboys get up and get out of there like they owed child support. Seguto then gives Lori a potion, and she wakes up to find herself. Seguto gives Lori a potion, and she wakes up to find herself in the town's magical tool shop. After getting Lori healed up, the two amigos pay up to the nice-ish old lady and head off. But now the two find themselves in a bit of a pickle, as neither one of them have a place to stay, as Lori's parents are giving her the Peter Parker treatment. Then after a combination of the pockets, they have enough money to stay at an inn, as Lori and Seguto realize that they have been constantly saving each other. As we cut to Denault, who's going through it, as not only has Seguto cut Denault's HP into thirds, he's also giving him erectile dysfunction to top it off. We then cut to morning, where we see the start of a new partnership. And no, he didn't fuck Lori. My God, what is wrong with you? And that was The Girl, the Shovel, and the Evil Eye, the first 3 chapters. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I really enjoy this series. I believe right now there's over 30 chapters, so you know you get a decent bit to read. It came out, I don't know, 2017, 2018. It's been a while. It's been out for a minute. And so I personally enjoy kind of like the dynamic duo that they got going on there, the bronze and the brains, as well as, you know, Seguto doesn't really change too much later on, if at all, where he's not like a fucking superhero like Superman, where he gets like a very strong body and he becomes like, you know, gets combat able. Nah, it's mostly him fucking just using the fuck out of that Sharingan, pretty much. Him using the fuck out of that. That's pretty much mostly what it kind of comes down to. So he has to be a bit more clever, because, you know, one swift kick and kick his stupid ass in half. So it is a little bit more, you know, I can't really get into spoilers or talk about anything. So, you know, just you know, just gonna let you know, kind of like You got a main character who kind of has to think more and process. But there's other good things, other plots, other stuff that happens that, you know, I just don't want to spoil. I don't want to give any spoilers. I mean, I guess those are technically spoilers, but like, I mean, they're not really. They're kind of like what happens that you clearly already saw, read. I mean, it's the abridged version at this. And I guess that's kind of what I do. I guess is the best way to say it is I do abridged manga recommendations. That's the best way to do it, man. I mean, that's literally the only fucking way to explain it. These aren't your normal recommendations where it's like, oh, here's a completely serious, let me tell you everything that happens in these first few chapters and why you should give it a read. I like to fucking have fun. We have fun here. Eh? We like to have fun here, eh? But you know, I mean, I guess this is my own little unique fucking salt, pepper, twist, garlic powder. I'm just talking at this point, and I really should stop, but you're here, and you chose to be here, so I'm going to make you suffer. I guess by the time this video comes out, there is a possibility, it's not guaranteed, that I could be streaming. Now, I will say this. I am a football fan. I like the NFL, and currently right now, the playoffs are happening, and my team is in the playoffs. So right now, the weekends are kind of when I would stream if NFL football wasn't going on. But here's the good news for those of you who don't watch football. Season's almost over. So we got this weekend, next weekend, and then the second week of February. And then I'll probably start streaming more often on the weekends. I say more often, I have to actually start first. So, what will we do in those streams? I don't know. It's up to you. You guys can watch me play games, or we could just chat and talk about any and everything. That's something we can do. Also, I guess this is a little good for you actually watching all the way through. I see my analytics, especially for my manga one, just like shit, like 20%, which I mean, I guess it's a decent amount. I mean, if you get like 1,000 people who watch and like, you know, anywhere from like 10 to 20% get there, that's like 200 people. Holy shit, 200 of you guys make it this far? Oh my God, pat yourself on the back. Yeah, you're a real one. I don't know why you do this to yourself, but hey man, everyone has their own interesting kink, I guess. And we don't kink shame around here. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of your fucking kinks, listen, we gotta talk about, actually, don't talk about it with me, talk about it with a therapist. I'm not a professional license in any sort of way, fashion, or form. Damn. Have I been rambling? I think I have, because mostly, the chapters weren't that long this time, compared to the other ones where the chapters were fucking like 70 goddamn panels each, and this one was like, you know, 20-ish panels each. So yeah, it's relatively shorter. So, you know, a ramble on. I guess there's another thing I thought I could talk about that, but I haven't streamed because I don't fucking have the time, because time right now is a fucking constraint because I would stream with my friends, but my friends are fucking liabilities. So I just kind of can't. It's one thing for sure. Definitely just can't fucking trust them. So, you know, that's great. And so, like, I kind of got to balance playing with those dickheads. And then I got to be like, oh, well, when can I stream? My job, I do my job at this time. I go to the gym at this time. So we're good at a little bit better of a schedule, because I've also only been doing the specific YouTube schedule for 2 months? 3 months? Some point. So, you know, I don't know, man. I could podcast. What could I podcast about? I shit you fucking not. I would genuinely get a wheel, put like 70,000 random shit on the wheel, spin the fucking wheel and see what happens. Listen, if you give me an inch, I will make an entire fucking planet. Do not tempt me. Anyway, this has been long enough rambling. I guess. I mean, I'm gonna keep this all in, because if you made it, you made it. If you didn't, I mean, good on you regardless. Anyway, catch you in the next one. I'm gone. Peace.